Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to do sound recording so you don't always have to open up an email. I'm sure that's not so fun, but I do like you seeing my punim. Okay. Ich wollte dir nur etwas sagen über die. One important piece after the from kind of from that very first piece of the Mishnah where they're trying to understand is there chezek re'iyah or is there not chezek re'iyah, and how does the Mishnah actually prove that? The conclusion is that there is no such thing as chezek re'iyah. There's no actual damage that you can cause just by looking at something. And here's how they proved it. They proved it um, by saying the only time you actually have to build, there's never a moment where you have to actually force someone who doesn't want to build a wall to build a wall. And if you did have to force someone to build a wall, that would be proof that what they're worried about is damages caused by sight. Because someone could be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about that." But if that's like a real ruling that we need to be worried about damages that you can cause just by looking and invading someone's space, then you would say no matter what you must build a wall. So the very idea that they say that the Mishnah says mishiratsu, those when they want to build a wall, they build a wall, and they learn from that kind of the inferences. Well, when they want to build a wall, they build a wall, but when they don't care about building a wall and would rather just divide it using kind of like a piece of blue tape, that's fine as well, right? And which means that actually they're not worried about chazakriya. Now, of course, if you saw the Gemara tried to kind of disprove it by saying, well, why would they say the word wall twice? Why wouldn't they use the when they want to they build it? Why do they, right? If the it is referring to a wall, then maybe it's not right. Maybe right. They kind of use that to try to say that maybe we're not talking about I guess they try to use that to disprove the idea. And they say, why would you have needed to say the word wall twice? The extra word wall must teach us something about there being chezek re'iyah. All right, and they're saying no. The reason why we needed to say a wall was because when they agree together to build something, we want to make sure that they're building with a wall when they agree to do so, because they could have also done it another way. They could have also just used blue tape to divide it. So the Mishnah needs to say, if they agreed to build, if they both agree, and even if they don't have a lot of space, right, between them, right? Because if they have enough space, I don't even think they need to agree, right? If one of them wants to divide and there's enough space to do so, then there's no reason even to talk about this issue. The issue is, what if the space on either side is less than 4 amot? You do actually have to get agreement. And so, but they're saying once you get agreement from the both of them, you could go ahead, you might have thought that you could use blue tape, but you actually have to use you have to make a wall. And the reason you have to in order to teach that, that's why the Mishnah had to specifically say wall instead of using the pronoun it. Okay, so all of that goes to say no. The idea of there being a real wall proved nothing about chezek re'iyah. Actually, our ruling is that there's no such that chezek re'iyah isn't actual damage. A damage caused by sight isn't considered damage. And then we go into these tashmas, and you know tashmas because we use them with our lost and found. So we have this kind of idea of tashma, we have tashma, and each of these cases are going to show, yes, there is chezek re'iyah. I'm going to show you a case where it seems like there is, and we're always going to find shani. There was always going to say as a rebuttal to show no. That's a different kind of case that you showed me. Sure, that's a case where there is damage to sight, but a case of a normal courtyard, there's no such thing as chezek re'iyah there. So it's going to go shani hatam, shani hatam, shani hatam. And by the way, that word hatam, because in Aramaic the tough and a shin get interchanged. So tam is sham, right? Tam is sham. Sham nes gadol haya sham. Great miracle happened there. So you're going to see that word. And sha'ani means it's different there, meaning it's different in the case that you just brought up there. So often the word hacha means here, hatam means there. Hacha means here, hatam means there, and that's often a way that they kind of differentiate between the two of them. So that's it. But I think because you know this term tashma, 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 that will come up with a lot. There was one like strange little term, which was when one of them was bringing up a case, and just as an aside, they were like, why is he dealing with a case that seems so obvious, right? Like they're kind of like in astonishment there, and I think the term for that was, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's back on the other page. It was sorry. Oh, it was are ude ka'are le mai ka'are le, right? And that's a term that I actually had to look up, and I looked it up in the I have it. I looked it up in the Steinsaltz reference in the Practical Talmud Dictionary, and it means an expression of astonishment, meaning like why is he telling us this? Like, what was his what is he even, what's his problem he's even dealing with? He seems like he's brought up something that seems so obvious and so inconsequential or something like that. It's like a phrase of astonishment where we want to know why did this rabbi who seems to know a lot of Torah and a lot of Talmud even worry about this issue at all? What was he thinking even? Okay, so that's just that one piece. Ire means like concerned with or dealing with or osek or something like that. Okay, hope this is helpful.